Hello, sisters, and a happy new moon to you. My name is Catalina Rivera, and on this new moon, I want to offer some myth busting in a new seed of awareness, a kernel of wisdom for you. So we're in alignment with exactly where we are in the lunar phase, where we've just been releasing with the waning moon. We're in the full darkness of the new moon, waiting for these new seeds to arise, to be planted into the new lunar cycle. So it's the perfect time for myth busting, right? So earlier on the week, if you've been following the page, you will have noticed that there were two questions that were posed by a fellow sister, and these are questions that I get asked over and over again, so we'll be addressing one of those today. Okay, so one of those questions was, when is it the right time to bleed, or the most beneficial time to bleed for a woman? So first of all, I want to say that in my travels and studies, I have found different answers to this question. The most prevalent idea in the United States among feminine lineages is that because our moon time has an energetic equivalent to the new moon, then if you're aligned, you will bleed on the new moon. If you go to the East and more Eastern feminine lineages, there are those that propose that the most beneficial time for women to bleed is actually with the full moon, because during the new moon, there is a state of depletion in the feminine body, and during the full moon, there is more prana and life energy available to you to support that aspect of your cycle. Now, if you go to South America, for example, the most prevalent ideology at this point is that if you're in alignment, your moon time would arrive with the waning moon, because there's still this prevalent notion that our moon time is a form of release, so they equivalent it with that portion of the moon, the lunar phase. Now, if you look at any of these answers, they seem to make sense, okay? But the whole notion is actually tremendously harmful, and I want to explain to you why. Okay, first of all, we see that there's more than one answer, and that's already like a light bulb. But when we step into this paradigm, we are naturally feeding into two of the deep feminine wounds that we hold. Okay, one of them is that we cannot trust our bodies as women, and the second notion is that somehow we're not enough, or something inside of us is broken and needs to be fixed. Okay, and I'm going to explain why. Again, with my background in nurse midwifery and my work of years and years with women and my own experience, a woman is not a robot. She is not going to bleed exactly every 29 days for the whole period that she, menstruates in her life, which is a very large chunk of her lifeline. Okay, there is naturally going to be diversity there. Okay, there is naturally going to be change there. And if we subscribe to this paradigm, there's going to be at least a portion of that time in her life where she's not going to be smack in alignment with that ideology, which is going to mean she's smack in the middle of this. My body's not working properly. I cannot trust it. I need to do something about it. And I'm not enough. I'm not spiritual enough. I'm not connected enough. I'm somehow broken. I need to do something. I need to fix something, right? So I want you to really feel into that. So this, seemingly very spiritual kind of idea of bleeding with a certain phase of the moon is actually really, really harmful for us women. I want to offer you a different lensing, and what has been true in my own body, in my own studies, and with my work with women over years, especially with women that are deeply connected with the moon cycle, with nature, with their moon blood, practicing blood mysteries. So, sister, first of all, sit with this, with the current, prevalent idea in your body of what if there's a right time to bleed? How does that feel? Okay, and the new lensing I want to offer to you is: what if you can trust your body? What if your body aligns herself with the lunar phase that is most beneficial to you at any given time of your physical life and spiritual evolution. How does that feel? Which of the two paradigms feels most freeing, most empowering, and more truthful? Really sit with that. I know for myself that this is what is true for me. I have been in deep study of my cycle and my moon time, and through the blood mysteries, this has been catalyzed even deeper, and with the women I work with. And what actually happens is that, especially the more aligned I become with my moon cycle and the more rapid changes of spiritual evolution, the more my cycle changes. And I've seen this in other women as well. This beautiful dance that starts to happen, the more we communicate with our bodies, the more we communicate with, the more we become immersed in the magic and beauty of our moon blood as this blessing and support in our lives, the more she starts to align herself with the currents of the world, lunar cycles, solar cycles, and other important dates to support us. So sisters, this is my wisdom for you. This is my invitation to really sit with this paradigm shift and see what feels true for you and what feels most empowering to you. I know for myself, since making this shift, a lot has changed and has brought so much benefit to my life. And naturally, my cycle does align with different lunar phases and with different high holy days. And there's so much magic to that when we surrender that idea of having to bleed at specific dates and just really allowing ourselves to step back and look at the bigger picture, at seeing when she comes and how that actually weaves in perfectly to where you're at in your inner journey, in your outer journey in life. How she comes in to support you at specific events in your personal life, in, again, high holy days, solstice, equinoxes. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm hoping that this, opening this conversation is helpful to you. I'd love to hear in the comments below, please, where you're at with this, what arises within you when you feel into this idea that your body is actually tremendously wise, and that she's on your side, and that she aligns herself beautifully with not only the lunar phases, but all the energetic phases that flow through our lives as human beings to appear where it's most beneficial to you and most supportive. So please comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your experiences as well. And throughout the week, I'll continue creating these small videos around other facets of how our moon cycle and the lunar cycle weave together. All my love, many blessings, and happy, happy moon time.